Hello, welcome back for another episode of Dragon Age. I'm really excited to see what everybody gets up to tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Before we jump into everything, I'm going to say a few words about our sponsors, and then I'll pass it on over to Matt to introduce everybody. So our sponsors are Fundamental RPG. It's a simple D20 system that's not tied to any genre, so you can use it to play any type of game that you would like, from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. You can check that out on Amazon for the physical copy, or if you prefer a digital version, you can run on your phone or tablet or computer. You can pick that up at coffee.com/Raven, like it's spelled at the bottom of the screen. Also, go check out Die Hard Dice at dieharddice.com. If you use the code BLACKFEATHER, that's all one word with a capital B, you can get 10% off your entire order. And I highly recommend checking out, in particular, the Winter's Embrace Dire D20. It's a really large metal D20. It's just very satisfying to roll. I highly recommend it. And then if you want to catch up on this show or any others that we have on the channel, you can do so at the Fantasy Network at watch.thefantasy.network. And with that out of the way, Matt, take it away.
Oh boy, thank you so much, Raven. Thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. I am Matt. I am going to be your GM for this session. Remember, we do have a complimentary party over on Friday nights here on the Guild. They're running at the same time, same world and everything as us, and eventually our paths might cross. It'll be great fun. Yeah, let's go around, introduce everybody, talk about who you are a little bit, and talk about who you're playing. We're going to start with Pat.
Hi, I'm Pat. I'm Attactric online, on Twitter, on Twitch, where you can find me doing things like this, playing tabletop role-playing games and video games. I'm playing Calix tonight. He is a Navaran mage, Mortalitasi specifically, so a death mage. So he's spending a lot more time around living creatures right now than he typically does. It's a lot. He's not sure how he feels about it.
It's a lot, and he's some things have been happening to him. So real quick, what was the big stuff that happened to you last time?
Just getting yeeted out of the Fade by the Dreadwolf. That's nothing. That's nothing. Magic happened. I wound up in the Fade. I got punched out of the Fade by a wolf. And then we carried a bunch of magic balls and tossed them into the sea where they could be free and not destroy our ship.
Right. Good. All right. Next up is Anna. Hello, Anna.
Hey, that's me. I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer. You can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun. And I am playing Mariana, the very personable rogue. Last time she completely obliterated a skeleton, found out that she needs to avoid the calls himself the Prophet, is apparently a seeker, and wound up shipwrecked after helping the magic people throw the orbs off the ship for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's I'm sure it's fine. The Prophet's fine. It's all fine. Everything is fine. Next up, we have Icy Historian. Hello.
Hello. I am Icy Historian at Icy Historian, all of the places on the internet that I feel like being found. I am slowly working my way back onto the social medias after a bit of a self-care Twitter break. You could find me here. You can find me on Sundays on Pat's channel for Urban Shadows. And you can find me on, I can't believe I have not said anything about this because I'm really bad at this sort of promo thing, on the Categorically Insane podcast, a podcast my friend Amber and I do, where we are going through the history of Harlequin romance novels from the very beginning and discussing the social, political, and economic implications of romance as a genre and how it reflects a changing culture in the 20th century. So there we are. Very exciting. Third episode will drop next week. And I had a really great time last week. It was awesome. I, made some friends. And worked on my tan. That was good. I read a little bit. I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't know what you guys are doing, but I had a very calm, gentle cruise on smooth sailing on calm seas.
I feel like you had a very different trip than everybody else, but that's if that's the way you want to project that reality.
I am going to manifest not smashing to smithereens on unfriendly shores and getting arrested by pirates. That's my new goal.
I feel like y'all are just y'all are just really hung up on this whole island of pirates and no laws thing. And you know what? I think that's rude and presumptuous, but we'll get to that. Next up, we have Rafiki. Hello.
Hello, it's been a week. Glad to see all of you
an
again.
Entire week.
That's how time works, right? Although it felt like a month. Yes, everybody. I'm Rafiki. I'm a TTRPG streamer that now currently stream here on this lovely channel with this amazing cast and wonderful people. But usually on Thursday, you can find me on the GR crew. And exceptionally, also this Friday, we will actually be live as well for One Shot Charity, benefiting Pavlov Foundation for, because this month is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. So let's do some good. So that's going to be fun. And I'm here playing Atrion, the only Dalish in this party, the only elf, and a rogue, because Team Rogue. Yeah, and I've been, I decided to go on a boat. This was a mistake, I think. But we'll see. I mean, fine is relative, right?
It's fine. It's fine. That's going to be next week's message up on the light board is, it's fine. I'm going to have to make more eyes.
Yeah, Matt will just buy more eyes and just add it and add like another sign underneath just to finish it.
Yeah. I'll just eventually turn this whole wall just into it's fine. All right. And last but not least, we are going to be joined by Nikki here in a little bit. She is on her way. She is playing Valentina. Yeah, Valentina, the NPC turned mage somehow, who was shockingly good at yeeting ancient artifacts around. Even if she didn't necessarily hit her targets, she could still yeet them real good. So we will introduce her when she arrives. For now though, let's roll into the game. So y'all were met on the shore by a crew of pirates. Y'all were on the wreckage of the good ship that y'all were on. No sign of the crew or the wonderful captain or the seeker, the prophet. None of them were around. And that's probably also fine. The captain of the band of pirates that found y'all explained that y'all were trespassing because you didn't use the port like civilized folks. And that y'all are under arrest, and it's all gonna be just totally great. So we're gonna zoom back in. The camera's gonna fly back down into the scene. Y'all are still waterlogged a bit, and amongst the wreckage of the ship, the captain is there with his hands on his hips, his captainy jacket billowing in the wind. The crew of pirates kind of around him with some swords drawn. And it's a really, really tense moment. The wind blows eerily off of the sea, and then the captain just doubles over laughing. The crew of pirates all just burst out laughing, put away their swords. A couple of them like drop down onto the wreckage and offer y'all hands to help y'all up. Whoever is down that wants it can take the hands to stand up again. And the captain eventually straightens up and just goes, your faces! I can't believe the look on your faces, you idiots! You're not in trouble, you wrecked! Are you so... Come on, let's get you all warm and dry. Just a word of warning. This is Estwatch. It is literally a city of pirates. We own the whole island after we kicked any and every legitimate government out several times. Don't take your hands off of your coin purses. Anything valuable you might have, you want to just kind of keep a hand on, or you might not have it anymore. Let's get you into the city. And there's going to be a nice little Star Wars wipe, and y'all are at a tavern. I would say it's a dockside tavern, but this is Estwatch. I think every tavern is, by literal description, dockside in one way or another. Hey, chat, give me a name for a dockside pirate tavern. We'll come back to it in a minute. Just fire off some suggestions. So you folks are in this tavern. It is warm. It is dry. And the captain has brought y'all into a big table and has brought in ordered a whole bunch of mugs of what he says is ale. And he puts them all down. It's just like, so were you five just sailing that boat all your own? Oh boy, Salty Seagull's really good. The Rusty Bucket's great. Portly Palace. It's going to be hard to say. Itchy Barnacle. Keel Haulers is good. Salty Bagel is also... Yikes. I think we're going to go with Salty Seagull. That's exciting. So, y'all are in the Salty Seagull. The captain has set y'all down at a table. It is warm. There are fires roaring. So y'all will be drying off quick enough that, you know, if this was a CW show, no one's going to really notice that your clothes are dry already. And no one's going to do like a cinema sense about it. Yeah, he just sits y'all down. So y'all were sailing that ship all alone, just the five of you? That's brave or something.
It was a crew. These two can probably explain better than I can what happened, but...
Which two are you pointing at?
The two that I know are mages, Calix and Asala.
Asala. The captain just looks at you two. It's like...
Calix will keep looking behind him, like Mariana was pointing through him.
I think Asala will sort of turn slightly to Calix watching this display and then sort of sigh and turn back to the captain and say, we had a crew and some other travelers with us in the Fade Storm. It appears as though we got separated. And, well, from there on, you know about as much as we do.
All right, so I'm not going to lie. All of that sounded like nonsense. But you sounded convincing, I guess. Hold on one second. And he just like raises his hand and one of his crew comes over and he's like, hey, see if anybody else has found anyone else washed up on the shore. There might be a crew that we need to find.
Or if anyone has seen any glowing green death tornadoes out at sea.
Yes. Keep watch of those as a seafaring centric community. That is perhaps something that one would want to take under advisement. And Asala, Asala's gonna smell, like kind of surreptitiously smell the tankard. Does it smell like ale?
It is alcohol of some degree.
Great. She's just going to take a very long a very long sip of that until attention wanders to someone else.
How much does a solid drink usually? Does she frequently drink? Does she consume often?
I think Asala is known to throw down a few. Of course, behind the walls of Tevinter propriety, never in the tippling houses of the common folk, but got to get their kicks somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so then nicely, this is probably ale is probably the wrong word for it, but it's because pirates aren't going to just call their own stuff grog. That's rude. But it's shockingly good. It's like a weird hoppy mead. It shouldn't work. It just kind of does. So the captain just he hears what you said and watches you like just slam the mug and just kind of raises an eyebrow and that's kind of half stands, just goes, "All right, you sea rats. Any of y'all see anything green and glowing out in the ocean?" And there's just like silence for a minute. And then the entire room just bursts out into laughter. And the captain just grins and sits back down, just goes like, "Yeah, we know. Look, it's been I know you people with your fancy games and all that you play think that everything's just nice and pretty and clean after the whole breach incident a couple of years ago. It didn't really stop everywhere. The Fade's been all sorts of weird. I have a mage on my crew why did I just go Irish on this voice? Excuse me, reset. I have a mage on my crew and he's not thrilled about any of it. Apparently something is... The Fade's doing weird things. We don't quite know what's up with it. He's just we're all aware these storms are blowing in more frequently. We had somebody. We had a mage of Dalish. He looks at Atrium and says this of Dalish ancestry. A few months ago, passed through here, did a quick ship change, and was heading out to Advent or Antiva City, saying there was something about something wrong at the heart of the world.
And
That doesn't seem right. This is
Just
the
gonna
ocean.
raise my eyebrow. Was the mage alone, or any other deal with him?
There was a small little group of folk with him.
Any youngling?
Teenagers, at the youngest.
How long ago?
This is about 2 months ago. Well,
Out of
let me see. Hold on. It was so it was the mage. It was the magic type one, and then his husband, and then his sister, and their 3 sons. 3 sons of hers.
Okay, so it was just boy. If I'm correct, like as a GM, that was just like boys, right? That were as children.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Did you lose somebody? You looking for somebody?
In a way, looking for young Belgish girl about what would be the equivalent for you, Shem, about 10 of age.
I haven't seen anyone that young come through here, but we can ask around some of the other folks if we need to. If people go by boat these days, they almost always come to Estwatch now. Things are just too weird out in the ocean to do any direct trips out this far. And plus, the Canary are always getting up to something. We had to throw them off a time or two.
No, because I Atrian, has little to no trust in most Shemlim. How truthful does he appear to be?
He is a pirate, but he does not appear to be lying about this. Like, no, he is not appearing to be shifty in any.
Okay.
So, if I guess y'all are going to need a boat to y'all were going somewhere, right? Y'all weren't, unless y'all were coming to Estwatch. We didn't hear any. There weren't plans for any boat to be coming in.
And Tiva City was their destination.
Oh, lots of folks heading that way recently. We had a guy left just before we found y'all. Elf, in fact. He didn't have any of the tattoos or anything, but some fancy robes. Came in here, hopped on the nearest boat, heading to Antiva City. Said he had some business in a forest up that way. Don't know what boat he arrived on.
Did he leave a name?
So we have a small, we have a decent sized community of elves here on Estwatch. We don't really keep them all pinned in like some of you land folk do on the mainland. They live here with the rest of us. We got a fair few of them. He spent a little bit of time with them, and several of them left with him. Seemed rather drawn to him, in fact.
What color were his robes?
Oh, it was a weird one. It was like a gray and a green.
Bald man?
Yep. Carried a sword and a staff, and
Yeah.
How
Got
long
here
was
fast.
he here?
oh, it was just a couple days ago.
What?
Like I said, he left just before we came out looking for y'all. He said he had heard rumors about some wrecks that were nearby that might be washing up soon.
What day is today?
It is 4 days after the last time y'all remember it being a day.
Okay.
So if it had been Tuesday, it's Saturday now.
It's always Tuesday in Tatus.
At least it's not Sunday. So, I guess we can. I don't. He just kind of looks at y'all again. And's like, I don't know that y'all are gonna have any sort of funds to get y'all going on the rest of your voyage there, but there we might be able to find something for y'all to do that can get you passage back to Antiva City. There's always someone in need of work of some sort. Y'all want we should start asking around, see what we can find for you?
That would be delightful, thank you.
Sooner the
Another-
better.
Long drag of ale.
Careful, that stuff will get to you. All right, well,
Can't help it.
well, look, I know things are probably, being shipwrecked isn't a joke, but if y'all need anything, just y'all stay here for a little bit as long as y'all want. I guess y'all don't have to, but if y'all stay here, there's rooms available. And you can tell them it's all on my tab for right now. I'll go do some talking around with some of the other captains, see who's going to be leaving out for Antiva City soon, and see if we can maybe find y'all some passage. But feel free to poke around. Do anything y'all need to do. Yeah. if y'all need me, I am Captain Flint. I am the captain of this quarter of the city. Yeah, y'all just give my name, and most problems will go away. If you stray too far and you give my name, you'll probably make more problems. But I trust you can figure that out on your own. Y'all all look pretty capable. And he gets up and is making to leave the tavern. What are y'all gonna do?
This has become an issue, hasn't it?
It appears as though we find ourselves indentured.
First thing I'm gonna do is, I'm assuming I have hopefully my belonging with me.
Yeah, y'all have all of y'all's gear and everything. Yeah. I'm not going to be like that. Yeah, y'all have everything. Your inventory is as full as it was when y'all.
All right. I mean, for like bow, dagger, and all that jazz, Atreon does not really care about that, as long as the little Allah statuette that he has in his bag is still there. That's all that really matters for him. And that's the first thing one of the first things you check once he has like a proper moment, if that's still there.
Yeah, all that stuff, all the stuff that all y'all's gear and other inventory items are with y'all.
So if we need to find work, where should we look? Any ideas?
If we need to find work, probably look for Captain going towards Antua soon and see if we can temporarily join their crew or anywhere nearby.
That's true. I have experience sailing. Do any of you?
First time on a boat. Gonna be a second time now.
Sorry, Calix has been kind of distracted, like scribbling out some sort of like diagram or math on the table. Boat? No, not.
So, Shem, you expect to swim all the way?
No,
that means
I've
we have
not worked one before, I thought was the question.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, language barrier. The trade tongue is not my first language.
I think that means joining a crew probably isn't going to work for us then. We'll need to find the money beforehand, for at least some of you. I don't know that we've all been introduced. I'm Mariana. It's nice to meet you.
I'm Calix.
Esala. And she kind of raises her tankard in a cheersing.
Atreon of the Elwood clan.
It's good to meet all of you.
Where are you finding your way to Antiva City? None of you look like you're from there.
With what we thought was a bit of a reprieve after the breach incident, the Imperium saw fit to send out more formal delegations in an attempt, and I think she kind of lifts up half of her face like a little bit of a twist of a smile, in an attempt to establish some more regular and formal relations and understanding between entities.
So official business then.
We could say that. Sometimes certain members are allowed to make a journey far away from the official halls. And she's kind of like laughing like at her, almost like at her own private joke. Have any of you been to Antiva before?
I
actually-
just went ahead.
I'm actually from there, just returning home. I've been traveling a bit.
Ah, well, my compatriot and I, and she gestures to Calix, are incredibly appreciative of any guidance you may be able to offer us. Our journeys outside of the Imperium have been limited, and evidently we are not as well versed in the methods and expectations of travel as we perhaps thought.
Diva Cities, it's a bustling city. Keep to yourself, but be polite to people. You should be fine.
Excellent. Excellent. I look forward to doing both of those things.
What about you? She says towards Calix.
I don't especially know what exactly we're doing now. To be honest, I've been traveling with Asala, just looking out for anything just of particular interest, in following the rift, just following the breach, looking for anything that stands out. It's a bit of a kind of a walkabout, maybe a semester away, you might say, from back home in the necropolis.
So you work with the dead.
Almost exclusively.
The successive respiration has been something for Calix to get used to.
Interesting. What about you, our elven friend?
I'm just gonna lift my head. Just following a path to hopefully find someone. Not one that typically walk these cities. I prefer the comfort of the woods. But it seems that Antiva is where things lead me right now. Even this is an unfortunate detour.
Well, I hope you find them. But if you're going to do that, I guess we need to find a job.
I need everybody to roll me perception seeing.
I was gonna say, is anybody around paying weirdly attention to us? But hey,
We're gonna find out.
plus that would be plus seeing. That would be another +2, so 15.
Okay. Isala, if you want to sell me on some stump points, you've got 6 of them. I don't know that any will help you in this particular moment, but you know. All right. Isala, you rolled twice.
Oh, I'm sorry. I clicked the wrong thing in my sheet, and I
Okay.
didn't think that I had clicked the right thing, so I did it again.
Oh no, yeah, you're good. We'll take that first one. It gives you a bunch of stump points to use if you.
Holy smokes! Let me look.
All right. you look at that and see if there's anything, probably in the exploration, maybe. I don't. We'll see if you can pitch me anything that sounds great. Calix, you got nothing. Yeah, you got nothing, Calix.
He is really distracted by the scribbles he was doing on the table.
Mariana, you see there is somebody in the corner of the bar, of the pub area, who is wearing just kind of all dark clothes, very rogue looking character, and they have been not looking at you, distinctly, intently not looking at you in a very like communicative way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, specifically me or the whole group?
Specifically you. Asala and Atrian, you two notice that somebody has walked in. Y'all do not find the person in the bar. That they do not ping on your radar. It's mostly because of who Mariana is that she notices them. You two ping that somebody just walked in. They are carrying like a rucksack almost. And Asala, you got a little bit of like a spider sense tingling going on there. And they walk over to a different table. It's got some other sailors at it. And the guy just sets it down, and like all the conversation, that table kind of stops, and you can't make out the words over the din of the bar. But you know, the conversation seems to stop there, and the guy's just like gesturing at the bag and gesturing around. But that's it. Carry on with your conversation, friends.
Do I recognize the person I saw or anything about them? Tattoos, anything?
Huh. You know, I think you probably do. Yes, you recognize something distinct. It is about your profession. What you tell me what you recognize.
Probably tattoos on their arms.
Okay.
Their sleeves are pulled back a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you recognize these. You don't recognize the person. It's more like you recognize the artist, if that makes sense. Like, they clearly got these tattoos at the same place that some people that you have seen with these exact same tattoos have gotten them from.
Do I get the sense from them pointedly not looking at me like they want me to engage, or they're like trying to say, I'm busy, stay away sort of thing?
No, this is 100% like you have received this exact same encounter, this exact same kind of interaction with other people in your line of work, where it's just kind of like, when you get a moment, if we could talk, that would be wonderful. We may be able to help each other in this situation. Thank you.
Understood.
It's a very polite not looking at you.
Got it.
If there was such a thing as thieves' cant, that's what would be going on right now.
I'll look and see what the others are about to do.
Yeah. So what are the rest of y'all doing? Calix, I imagine you're still deeply engrossed in the doodles.
Yeah, which I did actually have a question about, other than
Ooh.
just doodling at a placemat.
Yes. Please go on.
What he was trying to do in his head of finding out that we have like 4 days missing, and that the prophet showed up at a specific time a few days ago. He was trying to like draw out in his head as best as he can to try and magic math this in some way of like which of our groups were through the Fade tornado for more time type thing. He's trying to figure out how the fade affected the time dilation. Whatever.
Okay.
Fantasy science terms.
Okay.
He's trying to see if there's any like equation to it.
Okay, that's fantastic. I love that. We're going to come back to that in a second. But first, Asala and Atrian, the sailors across the bar, the one who just walked in with the rucksack, unties it and very dramatically pulls it down to reveal a green, glowing, pulsing artifact that y'all clearly threw overboard at some point. Or maybe it was one of the ones still on the boat. No way to tell from this distance. And it's still going. And the guy just goes like, found it on the shore. Like y'all can hear that pretty clearly. And there is a loud boom of thunder from outside. And we're going on break.
That is fantastic. We are going to take a 15-minute break, so go hydrate, grab snacks, anything you need to do, and then we'll be right back.
Welcome back. Hope you all had a good break. Ominous roll of thunder just happened outside. There's a glowing green orb on a table, and we're going to do a couple of quick rolls here. We're going to start with Asala. Asala used a stunt from her very exceptional perception roll before the break. And when we talked about that, you're going to do a magic focus roll for me.
Love that. I love that for me.
Well, you know. Yeah, see, that's pretty great, actually, is what it is.
16.
So, here's what your magic senses are telling you. This is one of the two orbs that kept y'all safe. So that roll of thunder was not like the veil being ripped asunder, not like, oh my goodness, legions of spirits are about to come pouring through. It wasn't bad. It was more like maybe something else on the island got turned off. Like the fade here in this area just got strengthened in a way that maybe someone had not been anticipating. And you might not even know that, like the deploying this orb being out and on a surface again, like it was on the boat, it is doing what it was originally intended to do, which is strengthen the fade in this area. And whatever doing that made it interact in a way with something else that was already here and going, that created that roll of thunder. That's what you can get from magical sensing. You're just like, I have seen these. I can feel the way the magic currents are rolling. That's what you're feeling from it. Let's talk to Calix real fast, because you had a really interesting magical math problem. How you want to solve this, Calix? Do you want to solve it?
I don't know if he's got enough information to solve anything yet, because he's only got like 2 data points, and he's trying to figure out like how much time we spent passing through the fade versus the prophet, and how that translated to time to get to this place.
Okay. Then here's what we're gonna do. This is one of those, just like, we're going to remember this. We're gonna put a pin in this and come back to it if we get more data. All right, but I don't want to lose that thread, because I love that Calix is trying to put together these things. So I don't want to lose that thread. Let's bounce over to Valentina. Hi. How you doing?
Fine. Valentina's been really enjoying her meal and drink, or her drink. She got like a hot chocolate, and she's been looking at the like little marshmallows in it and just eating them slowly, not paying attention to what's going on. So she has no idea what's happening.
Perfect.
Just that she's got some really good cocoa.
Perfect. I love it. Let's bounce over then to Mariana. So, what are you gonna do? What's Mariana doing right now?
Yeah. So I'm gonna lean into the group and while you all look for a job and find something to do, I'm gonna go flirt, and I'm gonna slide out from the table and head over to the person that I saw.
Wait, we're looking for jobs?
I respect the energy.
All right, with Valentina now being caught up, hopefully by everybody else at the table, we're gonna follow Mariana though over to the bar and to this other person. Let's see. This is another human, definitely roguish, and it's just kind of sitting there nursing a drink when you walk up.
And they're at the bar, you said?
They are at the bar, at the far end of it, but yeah.
I'll slide in next to them. Hello.
Shipwrecked, huh? That's rough.
Magic.
Oof. You want to avoid that.
Obviously. There was a seeker on board, though. I think he had something to do with it.
Oh, that bald one that passed through a couple days ago?
That's the one.
Is that a client?
No, just another passenger who happened to be on the ship.
He just looks at you, like his eyes just kind of look. He doesn't really turn his head much. He's like, huh. You know, one of the masters would probably counsel you to not get caught up in things that are distracting.
That was not my intention. I did not expect to get shipwrecked here.
The guy laughs and says, "No one ever intends to wash up in Estwatch unless they're a pirate."
Yeah. But I'm here now, and I gotta find some money to get off.
Oh, where you heading?
Antiva City.
Oh, back home.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell you, real talk here. Captain Flint's probably your best bet. He'll find someone, and he'll bullshit you 5 ways till Sunday, but he'll get you someone who will shoot you straight on the deal, at least. You and your whole little party there may have to work the whole trip, but you won't wind up a slave or, impounded into a crew, unless you want to.
No, definitely not. Looking at, I'm guessing he doesn't seem to be a master, right?
Oh, no, definitely not.
Okay. So I will not ask him if he has anything then.
Hey, it might take Flint a little bit. Do you mind helping me out with something?
What do you have in mind?
I got a client here at the bar. They're going to be leaving. If they follow their normal pattern, they're going to be leaving soon. I just need a little bit of a distraction to get him off the main road while I finish the job.
I can do that. Do I get a cut of the pay?
Of course.
That's exactly what I need. Who's the mark?
He points out another human who is dressed like, he definitely looks like a wealthy nobleman who like doesn't belong here, but is being loud and boisterous with some people at one of the tables. Kind of just nods that direction, just goes, "It's that guy over there. Yeah, youngest son of some Ferelden muckety muck. Thought he could play at pirate for a couple of years and piss some people off. Normal story."
Yeah. How far does he usually walk?
He's got a pretty fancy room down at the far end of the city from us, so really anywhere between here and the big river that runs through from the bay. Which, when y'all were walking in, Captain Flint pointed out a couple of landmarks in the city if y'all decided to wander around, and the big river is kind of the dominant feature inside the city, besides the protected, sheltered bay that everything's around. So it's kind of like the halfway point between different sides.
You know anything about him?
There's a lush, can't really handle his drink, thinks he's better than everyone, and that he's far more charming than he is. Also, I am definitely not his type.
Got it. Yeah, I'll take care of that.
All right, well, he just slides a small glass over to you, just finish the drink, he'll leave here in a minute, and then we'll finish up the job.
Okay.
And we're going to bounce back over to the table. What's everybody doing at the table?
Well, we just heard a big thunder, right?
Oh yeah.
So, first I will, give the big ass like, what the fuck did you do, you fool? Look at this Shem bringing what he doesn't know what it is at the table, and just go quickly walk outside, and just take a look around to see if there's anything that I should be immediately worried about. Because, well, I just went through Sharknado, Meet the Fade, so
A fade NATO, in fact.
a Fade-nado, as one would call. I think that's the correct scientific term.
Yeah. Let's see. Just do me a perception.
Perception seeing, I'm
Yeah.
assuming, because I'm looking with my eyes.
Yeah, if you're just looking, that's perception seeing.
Just browsing the scenery. Okay, for some reason, I add my seeing to that, so. But yeah.
All right, so 12.
Yeah.
There's nothing weird with the weather. Like, this is definitely not what happened on the boat. There's no green storm. There's no fade NATO. Doesn't look like any lightning bolt skeletons showed up. What you do see, though, is a small little group of Dalish elves who are walking in the direction of the harbor. They have some bags with them. They look like they are moving to go maybe catch a boat, maybe coming from a boat. Not entirely sure.
Like, I can definitely see that they have like the Vala slaying on their face.
Yep.
Gonna take a quick look at the group and quickly walk towards those elves, because to a certain extent, they may not be from the same clan, but they're kin.
Okay. Yeah. So you slip out of the pub, or I guess not necessarily slip out. Do you want to just slip away, or are you not really trying to be stealthy about it?
Oh, I mean, not being really stealthy about it, so that, if for some reason I don't come back, either they know I'm either gone or they're gonna look for like a elf in a ditch. So,
okay, so you can just head on out, and yeah, you can catch up to them pretty easily. They're not really moving fast; they're just walking.
they were going towards the dock, right?
Yeah, they're walking. Like I said, this whole area is kind of on the docks. It's all kind of dockside in this city. So yeah, they are. You're not entirely sure if they're coming from a boat or going to a boat. Maybe both. Porque no los dos. So yeah, you can approach them really easily. They're just kind of talking to each other in Dalish.
I'll approach him. Anatara, you're Dalish elf. Which clan do you belong to?
We don't. We were part of a smaller clan in Ferelden a few years ago, and some things happened, and the clan kind of fell apart, and we've been wandering a little bit, but we got invited by a distant cousin to join their clan up in Arlathan. We're heading there.
Over there? Over where exactly?
To Arlathan, near where the old city used to be.
If Brennan was to seek a way to the mainland, perhaps mainly first towards Antiva, would you know who one could speak to?
I'm.
Who's the captain bringing you?
Oh, we just got off a ship. Actually, we're we're heading kind of a longer route with another ship, not to Antiva City. We're going to. Oh my goodness! Why did I lose track of this silly name? Hold on, 1 second. I had a city name in mind, and I don't remember what it is. Oh no, I'm so unprepared. 2 seconds. Almost there. Okay.
It's okay. We'll fix it at the post.
Do 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 do. Almost there. Almost there. I'm scrolling the map over. Okay, cool. We're actually bound for Bastion. It's a little bit more south, just off the Weirs. But I'm sorry, I don't know who you would ask. I assume you could. I know people were talking about a ship heading to Antiva City just the other day. Maybe another one's heading that way, but
The ship to Antiva, did it leave already?
yeah, some fancy elf was the last one to get a ticket there. Well, you may have heard of him, and their eyes are all kind of filled with wonder. We were just talking with some people, some of our people here in the city, and they said he came and spoke to them about returning home. He was wonderful.
And they're going to Bastion, right?
Oh no, they left.
They went to
for Antiva
went
City.
from Bastion. Okay.
We're going to Bastion.
Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna meet up with our hopefully new clan, and then head up to the forest proper.
When do you leave?
Oh, it's not for a couple days before we leave. We're just down here scouting up to see if maybe we can earn some coin doing some trades, doing some crafts maybe for some people here, for some of the Shems that don't know any better really.
Act like a city elf.
Well, one does what one must to survive these days.
Yeah. Do you know the name of the captain that is meant to take you to Bastion?
Oh,
The sh-
no, I don't believe that he's arrived yet. This was all set up by our new clansman. He owes them a favor, I believe, but the boat is arriving here in the next few days, then unloading and turning back around and heading home. It's a smaller one. It's the Mournful Gull. But yes, I mean, if you wish to travel with us, I'm sure we can arrange passage. If you wish to go to Bastion, maybe you have a clan somewhere nearby that you want to get to. I'm not.
Something like that. And it takes her a moment to think about the companion that he has right now. And it's first time for him to travel with some Shemlin. So it's but our Shemlin seem to be mostly decent folks. I mean, some of them are a bit shady and may want to step up in the alley, but that's what happened when you're necromancer mage, right? All right. Well, we'll meet again in a few days. Just perhaps a few things I need to take care of first.
Oh, certainly. They all just kind of give you a little bow, and I hope you find your way home. The heart of the city is calling us all home. That's what the good prophet said.
The prophet? Is that what the men that you met call themselves?
Oh, we didn't meet him, but the elves here in the city did. They said he spoke such wonderful things. He's going to do so much for us. He's going to restore us. I hope your journeys bring you home.
I'm just gonna nod and just take a step back. Because if they're talking about the same person that we met and that, somehow arrange a few things, this is worrisome. Just a little bit.
Un poquito.
Just a little bit. And gonna make my way back towards the tavern.
Yeah, you can walk back there. Y'all have not really wandered too far. And let's pop back over and let's check in with our 3 mages. How are y'all doing?
Trying to decide if I need to ask for a job at where we are, since we need money. But I really want to finish my hot cocoa.
It's good. It's good. Someone actually took the time to melt the chocolate in there. They do it right here. That's actually what's on the sign outside the bar is the best cocoa in Estwatch. And it doesn't seem to draw the same kind of crowd that you would expect. But
You know what? Valentina is going to just tell the person behind the bar, say, "You did it. This really is the best cocoa." Like that CNL.
She is so thrilled. No one ever compliments the cocoa. She's just like so thrilled.
Have you ever seen the movie Elf, when Will Ferrell's character goes in and says, "You did it. A great job. You made the best cup of coffee." It's that kind of energy.
She's just very touched. What are Calix and Asala doing during all of this?
I think Asala has sort of like taken out her own napkin and is kind of looking at Calix's math and is also sort of taking down some of her own notes about these orb situations and like the fade and the location of Estwatch in relation to other places of note. So it sort of is like we have the math and then we have the geography happening.
All right, so y'all are both being nerds at the lunch table doing your math homework for next period. I like it. This is great. Let's see here. Okay. So what we're going to do then is do a what with one thing another. Time passes. And we'll leave the 3 mages. Atrian will wander back in eventually. And we'll follow Mariana real fast here and see what roguish stuff she gets up to. And prepare, I suppose, for the return of Captain Flint, hopefully with some news. So, Mariana, eventually your co-worker just kind of gives you a nod, says, I think he's about to go if you want to slip around or however you want to do it.
Absolutely. What's his name again?
The target?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, you'd think I would have been prepared with this NPC name. His name is Garrett. Oh no. Dave. We're gonna save Dave.
Garrett Dave.
This is Garrett Longinus. We'll go with that. That's wrong, but we'll use it. Garrett Oh No. Shush. Garrett Oh No is wonderful. It's my next cover band is Garrett Oh No. Yeah, so it is Garrett Longinus. And it looks like his table is wrapping things up.
Okay, and I'll slip out in the direction. I'll just head out in the direction that I was told he would be walking. I'll get a couple blocks down and just step into the alley and wait.
Okay. It does not take long. You can kind of like observe him walking your way, kind of with like the curve of the buildings and everything. You don't see your coworker at all, but that's kind of to be expected. If you could, he would be being very sloppy. The Garrett is kind of like shedding followers as they go off about their own business. And by the time he's maybe just like a block away from you, He is alone and just kind of stumbling along and whistling very badly.
As he passes where I'm waiting, I'm gonna step out and I'm just gonna slip my arm into his. Like, you're that pirate I heard of, right? Garrett Longinus, right? I've heard about you.
Oh, you've heard of me. Of course you have. He is clearly doing a voice, and it's not a good one.
I'm gonna walk and talk with him for about a block till we get to the next an alleyway that I had picked out, and I'm just gonna kind of look really excited for a moment. Do you want to see something really cool? Something I found the other day?
I would love to. Is it shiny?
It is very shiny.
He
Come on,
is.
come on.
He is drunk enough that he will follow you wherever at this point.
Awesome. We'll just meander into the alleyway.
All right. What are you going to do to just kind of like keep his attention for the little bit of time that this will take?
Looking down this alleyway, is there a pile of trash, anything like that?
There are several piles of things. They might be occupied piles. You can't really tell from this angle, but there are several piles to pick from.
Okay. I'll lead him down to the middle of the alley. I'll be like, look, it's buried in here. And I'll crouch down and start like pulling some stuff to the side, keeping his attention there.
He's just like, oh, it's buried treasure, is that? And he just
It
like,
is. Help me
like
dig.
gets down on his knees and he just starts like digging at it too. And it's just eventually like looks at you and it's like, it's very smelly treasure.
It is. But it's here. I saw it the other day. It's still here. I hid it.
And he just goes back to digging. Give me a real quick perception seeing. If you have seen.
I do not have seeing, just perception.
All right.
Oh, come on.
Okay. I don't know that there are any stunts that will directly help you. You can certainly suggest some.
Let me get that page real quick. I think there was something. No, there's not.
Okay. Then we're going to say that you're probably just very focused on keeping his attention, and you missed the arrival of your coworker. And so the next thing you know is Garrett Longinus just kind of slumps forward into the pile, and your friend is cleaning off a dagger and discussing, that was well done.
Same to you. And I'll just start pushing the where I had dug out. I'll start pushing it back over him.
The other guy just kind of leans down, helps you cover him real fast, and once he's all covered, you both just kind of stand up, and he just does one up. Well, he pulls out a little coin purse and tosses it to you. Your share as promised, and I pretty sure I saw Captain Flint walking back this way. It's a little spring in his step, so if you want to get back with your group, if you want to still travel with them, you might want to head back that way, or, stick around here. We get plenty of jobs, plenty of work to do. People
No,
need killing.
I need to head back to Antiva City.
All right, well, next time you're coming through S-Watch and he holds out his hand to you.
I'll shake it. What was your name?
Oh, my name is Torin. And he just winks and kind of just wanders off down the alley, like turns the other way and walks down the alley. Just whistles and just goes like, "See you around, stranger."
I'll head back to the bar. How much money did I get from that?
You got some amount of money for sure.
You can come back to me on it. It's
Yeah, I
fine.
will catch you up with how much money you got. Hold on, there was a page where I can like roll a die for that. I will find that here in a second and let you know.
Okay.
So let's actually say, as you walk out of the alley, there's Captain Flint. Not long, and he is walking. He's not running, but he is kind of just walking fast and waving to some people. And he sees you step out of the alley and just goes, "Oh, hello! You exploring?"
Yes, just looking around. I got a little turned around, but finding my way.
Oh well, did you enjoy our town? Did you enjoy the offerings of it?
It's nice so far. I've definitely been in worse.
Well, that's true of all of us, I suppose. We always can wind up in worse places. And if he just keeps on walking with you and talking, starts telling you stories, like this one time when I was just a wee lad on my first boat, and he just goes on, and he's just gonna ramble for a good little while. You got 85 pieces of silver out of that deal. So it's not the best payday, but just for a quick distraction job, not too bad. Middling, you'd call it. And y'all walk back in to the tavern. Your three mages are still sitting at the table. Two of them are doing math homework like nerds. Bless them. Valentina is still, I think, working on a second mug of cocoa at this point that the tavern keeper brought over just for free because she was so impressed. And I imagine Atrian is there just kind of pacing. That feels about right for Atrian, right?
That feels about right.
And yeah, the captain just walks with you back over the table and sits down. She goes, "So, I guess one of y'all decided to explore. Cool. Homework, huh? Notes. All right. That's definitely not what I expected y'all to be doing, but cool. So I assume y'all haven't found any other employment options that might pay for a trip to Antifa?
Well, I was thinking of working here. I could sweep the floors, but I don't know if that would be enough money.
If you did it long enough, but then you'd have to get housing, and eventually you'd just end up living here. Which is fine. We'd love to have you if you want to stay. We're always looking for new blood for us to watch. Sometimes literally. Nothing? Oh, okay. Y'all, well, I have an option for you. It's not the prettiest option, but it is an option. We have a merchant who's going to be making their way to Antiva City. It's going to take a little bit longer, but the next one even going remotely that way is a ship to Bastion in a couple days. And last we heard, they're pretty booked up. A bunch of our and he kind of just gestures at Atrian. A bunch of our elves, our elven population has bought up tickets, and they're kind of booked up. But a whole bunch of them are gonna like caravan together up to some weird forest. I don't know why, but that's their business, and I respect it. Sad to see them go. Some of our better craftsmen. So the ship to Bastions, the Mournful Gull is booked up, and it's going to be a little bit before another one to Antiva City comes besides this merchant. The downside is that this merchant is pretty low on crew most of the time, and would kind of be needing y'all to fill in as crew. And
That's
it
not
is
too
a
bad.
slower boat. So if that's acceptable, they'll get you there. It'll be a little bit longer than probably whatever your original departure or arrival date was going to be, but you'll get there. He's reliable, or the ship's reliable. Hard work.
That works for me. I was expecting to work a crew no matter what, so.
Oh, good. You worked on one of the boats before.
You could say I grew up on merchant ships, so.
All right. Well, so one of y'all is skilled. That actually makes y'all a much more valuable commodity as a group. So that's good. And you two look, he just kind of gestures dismissively at your napkins. Just, y'all look learned after a fashion, I guess. Y'all seem fancy. And he looks at Valentina, and you got that go-getter mindset. That's always a benefit. And he looks at Adrian's like, you look strong, steady, so probably. I feel like this is the best option. I feel like I'm sticking my foot in my mouth here a little bit if I keep talking. Do y'all like this deal? We can make it happen.
How much time do you expect the journey?
It's pretty slow. It's gonna be a week or two to get out there.
And I don't think I personally own a map of Thetis, so I have no clue how far Bastion is from Antiva because I've never went those places.
Bastion's a good little bit south, so like if you wanted to stay,
knows.
Atrian probably doesn't have the mindset of that. Anybody else?
I think that Isala is going to, seeing Captain Flint look at her notes, she is going to sort of, while looking at him, fold them and slip them into her like pouch, and smile very politely and say, I appreciate the effort you're going through for us, especially given our current circumstances, and I'm sure that we will do our level best to make good on your word.
Oh, all right. Well, tell you what, they're going to be leaving in the morning with the tide. So y'all can stay here tonight, and then you can hop on tomorrow morning, and I guess be on your way. And feel free to explore the city tonight if you'd like to, or just turn in. I imagine y'all are still pretty bushed from all this. I know things are happening quick, but if y'all are trying to get to Antiva City, the quickest way, we want to move forward and get you where y'all are wanting to go.
We
This is
appreciate
really
it,
a lot.
Captain Flint.
This is really a lot different than working in a shop.
Well, there's more water involved, probably.
Yeah.
Mariana, did you say something?
Oh, yeah, I was just saying we really appreciate it, Captain Flint.
Well, we Eswatch doesn't have the best reputation, but we're trying to fix that. Some of us are trying to make it a little bit more Freeport, a little bit less pirate den.
Makes sense. I'll remember that. Thank you.
Your efforts are noble and most appreciated.
Well, it's the first time I've been called noble in my long life. And then he just starts going right into a story about his days as just like a cabin boy on a big yacht. And that will, if you let him, that will occupy the rest of the night. But if you kind of politely slip away, he'll let you, and he'll just move to another table and tell the story over there. He's not going to be offended by it.
Oh, Valentina's going to pay attention to the whole story. And ask for details.
it will be like the early hours of the morning before he like comes up, empty on more stories to tell. But apparently he has fought a dark spawn kraken at one point. If he's to be believed, he single-handedly, besieged a city near Kirkwall one time. He was the one who delivered an apostate to the Templars at some point, which I'm sure goes over great with the
So,
Winter
please.
friends.
Yeah.
Character? Is that what he's saying?
He's just going. It would not be hard to tell that not all these stories are his, but they're his now.
Yeah. If the actual person is not around to tell otherwise, there is,
Yeah.
right?
Someone's got to
Yeah.
tell the story. It may as well be him.
As I'm, trying to get to know the people I'm traveling with a bit better. Actually, a quick question for Mariana. Is she wearing gloves by any chance?
She is not wearing gloves.
I'm gonna take a look at
her
it.
dress too.
I'm just gonna take a look at her hand because she mentioned that she worked on ship, which means there's probably a lot of wear and tear on her hands. No, just to gauge, if she may have been truthful about things like that. Because I'm having y'all stranger to me, right? We traveled for what was a day, and then we went to the Fey NATO. So, just trying to, gauge the intention and truthfulness of the people around me, right? Which is valid, I guess.
I don't know if you have to roll for that or not, but I can tell you what you see.
It's more, are you going to try, if you notice, do you try to hide it? Otherwise, you can just tell him what your hands look like, really.
I don't.
If you're not worried
Yeah,
about it.
I don't think so. And it would be difficult to hide your hands like all night from somebody you're traveling with.
Yeah.
I don't know how familiar Atrian would be with what calluses from ship work would look like. She does have calluses on her hand,
Yeah.
and she has a number of scars on her hands.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, it would be familiar with calluses from people working in the woods, field, and things like that, which get to see the wear and tear. I'm assuming it's very, very similar to some extent. So
most of her calluses are across the inside of her palm.
okay. All right.
And then a number of long, thin scars around different parts of her hand, and that, which you could probably guess, being a rogue, that it's
Yeah.
from different nicks and cuts from
Yeah.
blades.
Sometimes you play around with your blades and you fuck up and you cut yourself, or we all learn.
Yeah. Her dress does come down to her wrists. So all you really see are her hands. You don't really see any part of her arms or anything.
Oh.
Hey, I just got the just got a message. Matt's computer just blue screened on him. So hopefully we'll
no.
have him back here shortly. In the meanwhile, I suppose keep talking amongst yourselves.
Shocking.
Sorry about that, everybody.
After a little while, Mariano will lean over to Atrian. You looking for anything specific?
Just you mentioned that you work on ship. Just seeing how long ago it may have been.
It's been a little while. But I definitely have the knowledge if that's what you're worried about.
I don't worry too much about it. I'm sure in any way you have probably absolutely more knowledge than I will ever have about ships. I know they float on the water, and that is it. At least they usually do. The good one.
I was telling the truth. I did grow up on a merchant ship.
Tell me about Antiva.
Antiva.
And I will lean in, like, just fully paying attention to what you're about to say.
It's a beautiful city. Merchants coming and going. So many goods, spices, textiles, everything you could want. I like it there. It's nice. I've been there for a while.
What's
when I'm
the,
not traveling.
what does Antiva trade in?
Everything. Everything moves through Antiva City.
A question: is this loud enough for everyone to hear?
Everyone's at the table.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like speaking like super loud that the whole tavern will hear, but you have to speak loud enough that because it's probably very noisy around us, that anybody nearby would probably be able to hear.
Okay. Just wondering if Valentina wants to go there now. She's never left her town before, so she's probably amazed at the hearing about Antiva.
And what about elves?
There are elves there.
Do merchant deal with elves? Deal elves?
I actually don't know about that. That would be a question for Matt. I know elves
Yeah.
are not secluded to neighborhoods in Antiva City. But
Yeah,
I
they're-
don't know.
There are elven populations there in town, and people trade with them. Some of the roving Dalish bands come through the city. Mariana would probably
Mhm.
know that Dalish elves pass through fairly
Yeah.
regularly.
But not necessarily. What I'm low-key asking here is not necessarily as workers, or at least not there because they want to be.
Boy, Matt doesn't actually know that.
I don't know much about Antiva itself.
I would assume that there's not there. It's probably very similar to Ferelden or Relay, where it's maybe not like the most comfortable thing for city elves. That there's still, there's still
Yeah.
racism, for sure. But my understanding is there's not like a slave trade going on there,
Okay.
but it's maybe a little bit freer than Ferelden itself.
Okay.
But still a good bit of discrimination.
Yeah. Just because that's according to what would have been mentioned to me prior to this journey. That's towards where some people were brought. So just wondering on the intention, since it's not they were not supposed to leave really that well, right? So.
Right.
But it is-
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna continue it.
Oh, I think we're near the end of our session, and I do want to kind of wrap us up and get us on the boat. So, anyone else have anything else that they want to talk to the group about, kind of at large, before the night wraps up, before the cutscene ends?
I think Valentina might ask about the math a little bit. Just like what you doing, what is that? What are those numbers? And since Calix is probably the only one with it still out, she's more about Calix.
I mean, it's nothing solid yet. I was trying to figure out if I could find any correlation between how we entered the Fade versus the Prophets and how they got here so much sooner than us. Again, it's only these two examples, so it's hard to come up with a full theory from that. But
So you made that a math problem?
it's more of a puzzle.
Can I see?
Sure.
She has no idea what I mean, I guess she would have some idea, but since I think she's like more of a beginner mage than those two.
Yeah, it's just a lot of I feel like it's also probably Calix's shorthand, so that's working against you. There's some weird like symbols happening, and imagine if someone was actually trying to explain, like in real life, what happens at the event horizon of a black hole. It's that, but it's not numbers necessarily. Like it's alchemical symbols and things like that as well. That feels like a good point for the camera to fade out from the nighttime session. And when it cuts back in, it's morning, the sun is rising over Estwatch, and the 5 of y'all are boarding a merchant vessel that is heading out. Captain Flint is on the docks waving to y'all, and the group is heading for Antiva City. And next week, because storytelling, y'all will arrive in Antiva City fresh from a voyage. Don't worry, no fade NATOs this time. So that's where we're going to wrap up today. Thank y'all so much for playing. Thank y'all so much for hanging out and watching. We're going to go around the group in reverse order this time to let everybody tell us their favorite part, where they're going to be next, and anything else they want to promote. So we're going to start then with Nikki. You can just say hello to everybody and goodbye. Hello, who are you? How are you doing today?
I am Nikki, and I have no idea. I kind of missed most of it, so I want to say my favorite part was when I got here and you all started to have fun because I was here.
Very good, very good. And where are you going to be next?
Tomorrow I'm doing a one-shot around the time that this started. I think it's 8:30 on Weave the Tale. And Thursday I'm on this channel again.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Next up, Rafiki.
Hi, everybody. Me again. I'm Rafiki. I'm a TTRPG streamer. Mostly do charity stream here and there because that's actually how I started streaming. On Tuesday, you can obviously find me here, unless we're not Tuesday and I'm time dilation. It's just a weird thing because time is a construct. But outside of that, you can find me on the GR crew on Thursday, where GM H campaign as well in the Titan's Grave setting, and I will also be live this Friday on the GR crew channel for a special one shot, doing a charity stream benefiting Pavlov Foundation to raise hopefully money to help some children affected by cancer, because cancer sucks. Fuck cancer. Oh, Raven, do you want me to spell that for you? The channel name? I can do that. It's a weird spelling. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Otherwise, you can see what I do on social. I don't post much, but you may see a few things here and there.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And next up, Icy Historian. Favorite part, where we can find you next. Anything else you want to promote?
Oh man, I think my favorite part was the Mariana, like, hello, friend, would you like to help me do a murder? Sure, I will absolutely help you do this murder. Cool. Super glad that that's just what we're doing. I think that was great. Like, I met it's like reminds me of Bruce Springsteen's Atlantic City. I met this guy at a bar and I'm going to do a little favor for him. Like, okay. I love it. That was great. So I am Icy Historian, slowly making my way back to the social medias. You can find me next on Sunday on Pat's channel for some Urban Shadows shenanigans. And I'm sure that a Tevinter noble who's used to sort of being in charge of a relatively large imperial empire situation is going to do such a great job being a crew member of a boat. I'm really excited for how good at that I think Asala is going to be.
Exciting.
It's gonna be great.
Anna, how about you?
Yeah. My favorite part is probably a tie between the whole party sitting around the table and finally talking in episode 3 about who we are and what we're trying to do. And just casually doing a murder. Because that's what you do in S-Watch. But yeah.
Just a casual murder. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. Queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG streamer. If any of that sounds interesting, you can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun. I stream a lot of places. Tomorrow night, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, you can find me on Valdrin's Twitch channel playing an Animorphs themed Blades in the Dark campaign. We're mid-season, in between arcs. It's a great place to step in and start watching. Trauma. It's melodramatic, lots of 90s nostalgia. Really missing out if you're not watching it. Sundays, alternating Sundays, you can find me either on Gona_Hawking's Twitch channel at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, playing D&D in a world with 1930s technology with a really great cast and set of characters. And on opposite Sundays, I'm on Guild of the Phoenix at 8 p.m. Eastern, playing Cyberpunk Red with my med tech, who is very overworked, trying to keep the party healthy and in therapy. And Monday nights, you can find me on We the Tale at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, playing Alien Paradisial Lost. We had our premiere last night. It was wild. You really should go and watch it if you haven't seen it. Podcasts are more your thing. Upcoming, I'll be in Response Team Omnicron, which is a Lancer actual play podcast playing through No Room for a Wallflower. That premieres here in just a couple weeks next month. And just announced Heroes of New Halcyon, which is a City of Mist actual play, playing a bunch of older traumatized superheroes. Should be very fun. And that is all I have.
Very,
me on
very
Twitter.
cool. Oh, yeah. Boy, I need to catch that Animorphs game. That sounds real good. And Pat, what you got?
Yeah, my favorite part, I think, was just the general ominous vibes that we kept like ignoring and being like, no, we just need to get on a boat. Like, oh, something in the city that's magic probably just got messed up. Like, oh, more talk of the prophet? No, we're good. Where's the boat? Let's just be on our way. No more fade tornadoes, please. Yeah, and you can catch me next on Sunday evening, like I see Historian mentioned, on my channel, for as well as Nikki will be there and a few more of our friends for Ruby Tooth Bay, which is our Urban Shadows campaign.
Very, very, very cool. And I am Matt. I am a content creator of various sorts. You can find me here on this channel on Thursday nights as well, where I'm in the Star Wars campaign with Nikki. I play a character who is a sweet summer child who is having to grow up and he hates it. And I also stream over on my channel, Fifth Draw Live, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. We're playing the Forgotten City right now. It's a lot better than a game made out of a Skyrim mod has any right to be. So bravo to them. And I have a podcast called Hard Reboot, where me and two friends take a public domain property and give it a fresh coat of paint. And check out my Etsy shop, where I make awesome props like that thing, the Keyblade. I do custom work, commission stuff, lightsabers, all sorts of good stuff. One of my lightsabers is going to be a giveaway on this channel soon. That's at the Forge of Destiny. Thank you all so much for watching tonight. And we're going to kick it over to Raven to close us out.
Fantastic. Yeah, that was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, for playing. Thank you, Matt, for GMing. We're going to go on a raid here very shortly. I'm just going to one more time mention our sponsors, which are Fundamental RPG, a simple D20 system that's not tied to any genre. So you can use it to play any type of game that you would like, from high fantasy to sci-fi and everything in between. You can pick up the physical copy on Amazon, or you can pick up the digital version at coffee.com/raven. That is ko-fi.com/RAVVYN. Also, Die Hard Dice. You can check out their stuff at dieharddice.com. They sell amazing metal and polymer dice sets and accessories like the Winter's Embrace Dire D20, which I highly recommend checking out. There's a link straight to that in chat. It's a giant metal D20, and it looks really cool, and it's extremely satisfying to roll. It just has this nice thud when it hits the dice pad, because it is heavy and metal, and it's just fantastic. I highly recommend it. I've been using it all season. It's so good. But if you use the code BLACKFEATHER, that's all one word with a capital B, you can get 10% off your entire order there. And then if you want to catch up on this show or any others that we have or have had on the Blackfeather Guild, you can do so at the Fantasy Network at watch.thefantasy.network. All of that said and done, we are going to head over to Super Dylan's channel. They're just awesome in general. They do a lot of really cool tabletop stuff. It looks like they're playing Lost Across the Fence. I'm not sure what system it's on or if that is the system. That's the title. And there's an absolutely stellar cast over there right now. So go say hi, give those folks a follow. And then I will see you all on Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for more Star Wars. Bye, everybody.